Welcome. I hope you all out there having a lovely day and evening. It's the Gamers DZ. If I can knock tongues out, it's the DMZ. We back on our podcast. We have Jazzy Moto,
Hello, everybody.
Mega Elixir,
Hey guys.
OG Double M,
Good evening. Good evening.
and as well the one and shall I pass over the helm to you.
Good evening, good evening, everyone. Hope everyone's having a good week. Tomorrow's Friday, so everyone is ready to have a good weekend as well. I just want to start the night off by saying thank you, everyone, for joining and listening in to us tonight. It's your Thursday night, and I know a lot of you guys are probably, if you're watching, ladies and gentlemen, not to be prejudiced, probably are trying to watch football at the same time because a couple of games are on in preseason nonetheless. But that being said, let's get started with what you guys have been playing this week, what you've been up to, because we took a little hiatus last week. That was because of me being out of town, nevertheless. So let's get started with Jazimoto. What have you been playing and what have you beat?
I have been playing Elden Ring still, chipping away. Killed a few bosses that have been pissing me off, so I'm happy about that. Need for Speed. Sir Rich inspired me to play. So it's actually
How
not
is it?
bad. Yeah, it's
How
really
is
not
how is
bad.
it?
I haven't gotten to the part where you can actually make car modifications yet, which is weird. It's just all cosmetic, but it's not bad.
Yeah, is it good? Or is it not a worry that you can say it's bad because it's
Uh,
in Game Pass? It, do you?
Ooh,
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
a good
bad.
question, right?
Yeah, that is a good
Okay.
question. But I will honestly say it's better than I thought because when I first saw it, I thought the only way you could play it is in the cell shaded way, which I do like cell shaded games. But when I'm racing, I want to see the road and everything. But it's
Oh, it's
not.
optional.
Yeah, it's not nearly
Uh,
as saturated as I thought it was gonna be. So, and it feels like to me the Need for Speed Underground that I like from back in the day. So far I like it. They got my cars in there, so I'm happy.
Excellent, excellent. Are those just the two games you were
um,
playing?
yeah, I wanna say I think in my head I played Street Fighter. Like I meant to do it but didn't. so, but yeah, that's about it. Oh, and Sims 4.
Hey,
Yeah, and then that's it for
okay,
now.
Sims 4. What is it about Sims 4? Because I can never get into that game. What is it that
It's
you like about Sims 4?
it's just funny to observe these humans that you're in control of. Not
Oh,
on a god complex level. It's just funny to see how they interact and how you can customize. You can build your own house from the ground up, and Sims can marry off, get jobs, and they talk
so
funny. It's
uh,
fun.
let's take that further because when you brought that up, as far as Sims, I wanted to go further with that because you just brought up something that may be interesting. Do you think within the next update, within the next 3 to 4 years, that AI will start taking over the game to make it more interactive so you don't have to sit there and, you know, even if it's not someone talking to you, it'll be in the screen, subtitles or whatever in the screen to have you respond to more or less? Do you think they will go that route
What do you mean?
to make it
So
more interesting?
like
It
respond to
would
your
a
character, your actual Sims,
Yeah,
or
yeah, your Sims because it's a living world, so to speak. So if you play it
eh,
and AI gets into it and starts responding instead of the gobble gobble gobble, do you think it become more realism?
honestly, I don't think Sims needs that. I think part of the magic is in its quirkiness and the Schnala and the what. It's like it's not a language, but you know what they're saying, and
in
I
the
think that's
Okay,
part of what makes it fun.
in the
so you
Senate.
don't.
Yeah,
It's
especially
so
when they
you
get mad, like like what?
so it's, so you're saying the gibberish is the fun part.
Yes, that's a big part of
Okay.
it. Yep.
Okay. Anything else?
I bet you
Nope.
AI take
Go
over.
ahead.
Huh?
You say, OG, what
I
did you
said I
say?
bet you AI takes over. AI is going to take over that game.
That's my guess. I do think
Look,
so.
real quick about AI, and not to get too far off topic, I am in a reading group on Facebook, and this author was saying how someone else used an AI to write books and sell them under his name on Amazon. So it's even
Yeah,
gotten
that's
to
true.
that. Like, wow,
Yes.
Yeah,
dangerous.
It's very dangerous.
very.
Okay. What about you, OG?
I just
I
been
know you.
playing the usual.
I know you were playing one game with somebody to get to level 50 because they told on you.
Level 50.
Yeah.
I'm
Or
like level
60.
65.
Yeah, 60. Yeah, that's it. You were level 60 now. 65. Okay.
Yeah.
What game is that so the
Yeah,
rest of the world?
what you mean forced to play?
You can, however you choose to phrase it, you were playing it. So, however you choose to call it, I can't argue with it.
No, I enjoy playing the game with Darius. Diablo 4.
Yes, Diablo 4.
It's a great game.
No, you playing the
Yeah.
season or the regular character?
Just the regular character.
Okay.
Just the regular character. Yeah. Trying to get to 100. hmm So yeah, I'm playing that, and like I said, I'm still playing baseball. I love playing baseball. Games, I want to finish Mad Max, but I haven't.
You
It's a
should
long
still.
game. It reminds me of Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Okay, so
I want to.
since it's a long game, let's put it in chapters. If it had 10 chapters, what chapter would you be on?
I probably 8 or 9.
So you're almost done.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you've been playing?
That's about it. Oh, I was looking for Armor Core 6 demo. It haven't
Is it
came out
out?
yet, but
Okay.
I want to try that. Yeah, it's not out, but it's coming though. It's coming. But yeah, that's about it.
Mr. Surge.
I was playing Diablo with my season people. I got up to World Tier 3. I think he like 50 something now. And then I'm still bouncing between regular and season because season is like, it gets annoying trying to just juggle with that inventory sometimes.
Yeah, I agree with you.
So I like to just chill out on regular if I don't feel like doing too much. And I dusted off the Shadow of War. I started playing my replay of that because when I first originally played that, they monetized it to hell. So they monetized it to heck. So I had
Okay.
started a new game in that with all the monetization stripped, and it's like a totally different game. Like get stuff how it's intended and whatnot. Playing that Need for Speed. I was playing. I got pretty far in it. I'm customizing my own ride, doing some races. Haven't made to where I've seen players yet. I don't think, but I don't think anybody's really playing that. So,
Okay.
what
What
else? I
about
tried.
you?
Oh
Okay, go
wait! I
ahead. I'm
tried
sorry.
that arcade game with Arcade Paradise. I tried that out. That's kind of like a weird game because it's like you playing these just basically in a laundromat trying to build it up by putting arcade machines and drawing people. It's an interesting game.
Interesting.
Game Pass game randomly. Like let me start playing these Game Pass games. I've been playing Diablo too much, so I've been trying to shake it up a little bit.
Yeah, you got a Diablo get you hooked.
Shake it up.
Okay. What about you, Mega?
As for me, I played some Zelda Tears of the Kingdom.
And if you were on
Um,
chapters, where would you be?
Say that again.
If it was on chapter based, where would you be? Meaning, what percentage of the game have you done? Because you've been playing that game for what, 3 months?
Something like that.
I want to. I want to say in terms of main objectives, I want to say, oof, like around like 40%, 30%.
Is that it?
Yeah, and the reason why is because I do a lot of side quests and explore the world and stuff in that game.
Okay. So if you're
Yeah.
doing
If I
side,
were if I were to explain like the gameplay structure of that game, I'd
no,
say think of,
well,
say it
well,
again.
well, not about the game structure. So you're doing side quests, and if you're doing side quests, are you? I'm not familiar with the game, so are you buffing up your character to make them stronger? Can you do that, or are you adding this and adding that with side quests?
Buffing up the character, getting money,
So you should be rich doing all the side quests.
yeah,
Okay.
and getting more health and get more stamina, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But also tried out some game demos. They're not really like new games, they're older titles. I tried out Captain Tsubasa, which is based off of an anime. It's a soccer anime. I want to say it really like captured me, or pulled me in to be like, yeah, I want this game. But yeah. And I also tried out the demo for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. And
Is that the RPG?
yeah, the action RPG game.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah, that captured me though. Yeah.
You gonna beat
Oh,
it?
it's good.
I beat the demo. It was a
Okay,
demo.
that's good. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, if you like the
I
Dragon Ball series segments, dope.
yeah, and I wanted to start playing Dishonored 1, but the game was kind of acting funky on my PC.
Try on Xbox. I promise you'll love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, I'll try it on Xbox or either the PC downstairs, if that will allow me.
Yeah, that's somebody else's PC. I don't think he gonna let you play that.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay, anything else you
And
doing?
also I played one more thing. I play a little bit of Persona 4 Golden.
And how you like that?
That was lacking.
It was on point for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you fitting a lot in between them scholarships, huh?
Yeah, I was also doing that as well, but yeah.
Okay.
So you're gonna be more focused in the fall, meaning
Yes.
with the in reference to the scholarships per se.
Yep.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's very good. Okay. Thank you very much. What have I played? For those of you that don't know, Quake 2 came out today. So I played that for a hot minute.
I don't know
Pretty
where the
good
fuck it
for
came
it.
from.
Yeah, Quake 2. Yeah, Quake 2 just released today. Still playing Exo Primo because I'm trying to get the last couple of achievements. And one achievement is I should get it tomorrow, where you have to get to level 10 on each character, and your characters start out weak. So I'm still playing that. They said Fallout 76 is um, been upgraded, so I tried that yesterday. But I played it on the cloud, and then I re-downloaded, so I don't count that. Of course, I played Diablo 4. What else did I play? Halo, the Master Chief Collection. I played that.
Yeah,
And what
achievement
else?
hunter.
Yep,
I
I
keep
go
getting
after.
my points. Hello, Game Pass. Give me my points.
I don't care. I get that 50 points every day. So
Hey, one of my buddies was playing Peppa Pig last week. I was like, I see you.
And if he's smart, and if he has Game Pass, he'll Ultimate or whatever, he'll do it every one a day, and so he can get that 50 points. You beat it too quick, and you run out of games to get the 50 points on. Plus, well, actually, it's 53 because you get one for playing a Game Pass game, then you get 50 points for doing it. So I'm like at 215 right now in points, Microsoft points, but that's $215.
Wow.
Yeah, and at double, I save mine. I don't spend them every 5 minutes.
Yeah. Spin 'em.
So,
They made to be.
well, I'm gonna spend it all right, but I just, I don't have anything I want to spend it on. I should have spent it on that collector's edition of Skyrim, but I'm not, I mean, not Skyrim, Starfield, but I'm not doing that. But those are the games I played this week. And I'll probably play Diablo this weekend and a couple other games. So let's get to our hot topics. And one of the first topics I want to discuss is what do you guys think about that USB issue for the PS5 where was it people putting in their controllers in the port and they were playing so long?
So,
And
yeah, let me pull that up.
okay,
So it was at a game tournament in
it was a gaming tournament, right?
Evo.
Yeah.
It was an Evo.
Yeah, and people noticed smoking, and this one guy playing Street Fighter 6, his opponent saw it and took it out. Like, wait a minute. But they're saying that this shouldn't
Yeah, but-
happen.
That
Well,
is
people,
getting really, and that's probably from with the heat dissipation.
Yeah,
dissipate,
dissipation
dissipate.
or lack thereof.
But
And the
he
and the
made
lighting.
that. Hold on. I'm not letting him get away with that. He made that word up. So we can't let him make words up today. He made that word up. So.
He said, "Pause, pull that back. That didn't make sense. What was you saying to say?"
Yeah, heat dissipation, right? So,
Dissipation.
yeah, so with the heat dissipation, which is true, people do not realize how hot those devices or consoles get.
Especially
But-
the control ports.
Yeah, and they were
Right.
saying like normal circumstances you don't have consoles that close to each other, and they were saying because of the arena setting and the lights and everything.
And the
But-
PlayStations run high.
Can I? Well, I didn't see anybody sweating.
And the
I mean,
PlayStations run high. That's
right.
exactly why they go into PC. They said they was trying to go to PC for these tournaments.
They
They're
need
trying-
to go to PC because they had extra coolers on them, and you can. But here's the problem with that, because then I think it'll be a little more expensive because
Yeah.
everyone has to have the same exact PC.
That's true. Because they'll be like, no, he
So you
has a
can't,
slider
right.
faster.
Or the
Nope.
settings, it has to be set to the settings.
Yeah, the settings have to be. Everything has to be exactly the same. But the question I want to ask OG and all of you, so one of you guys could chime in.
Frame
Since
rate.
they have-
golly.
So since they were having a problem, OG or Surge, why didn't they just? I already know the answer to this, but I just want to see somebody pick it up. Why didn't they just go with wireless?
Well, get out of here with that. Don't ever say that to me. Don't ever say that to me. Don't ever say play a fighting game with wireless controllers. I'll muff you. I'll muff anybody who say it's best to play with a wireless controller. The latency is
There you go. There you go.
better
There
with
you
a
go.
wired controller. You
Mhm.
play fighting
Exactly.
games in serious competitions with wired controllers.
That's not just it. That's
Well,
not just. That's
in
not just
competition.
in
In
anything.
competition.
In anything.
Let's just
any
say competition.
Yeah, any competition, you people will have a fit talking about a wireless device. They're like,
Because-
no, we're not.
Because you know how
No.
many people I made angry playing Gears and Halo and Rainbow Six with a wired controller. They thought I was cheating, but I was like, no, I just playing with a wired controller.
Instant response.
It's quite possible. Those USB ports on there are probably cheaply made too.
Oh, they are cheaply made.
Oh,
They
yeah.
were well, here's the thing, and I think one, it's all about cost savings.
Mm-hmm.
And when you start making and manufacturing, you're trying to save every little penny. It's only trying to save every penny because at the beginning of the cycle for the PS5, the savings weren't there because it was new technology. And so when you build it, you're looking at, well, they didn't think PS5 will put a cheaper USB port on in the back or front, wherever it is. Is it in the back or front? I know it's one in the front. It's
I
two
don't
in the
know.
front. And I have one, so I just let you know because I played
You
it.
got one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I only got one, so I don't know. I'll look at it if I have.
You tell us.
I think it's one. Yeah, it's
Hopefully
one.
Black Friday this year I have one.
I think you need to dust it off.
Oh, see, speaking of which, I don't have dust on my PS5, but I saw people putting all the PS5s out saying it's collecting dust, and I'm like, boy, those some dirty people. But I digress because I'm like, I never showed that type of dirt these people were showing. I'm like, when people show dirt on their consoles like that, I'm like, what type of house you live in?
But for real, like
It's-
how?
Like, how long did that thing only been out like a year? How did it get that dusty?
Not
Like,
only
how?
that, that's an
Sway?
investment. That's a waste of
Yeah.
money. You
It's
ain't
coming
taking
from the
care of
ceiling.
it.
Yeah, my stuff ain't dusty either. And when it
Well,
get dusty,
right.
that
It's
wipes right
terrible.
away.
But
PCs too. That
here's
irks me. Ugh.
yes, but here's another
You
one.
blow it.
And
Oh,
I
yeah.
would never be on TV or posting a picture. I saw something many moons ago. We're digressing, but we're gonna get back on topic. With someone showing their PS4 back in the day with brooches and stuff. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
yeah. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with it. That has to do with your house.
Yeah,
That's all that.
that's where
That's
your
you.
PlayStation had. That ain't got nothing to do with the PlayStation.
Yeah, nothing
It
to
is
do
not
with that.
designed to work under those conditions at all.
Ugh.
But hopefully, I don't think they're going to switch. I think they're going to probably for next year's tournament. Sony's going to have some specifically designed PS5 that will either they're going to have cooling systems or something,
They need to make
blowers.
this
Or,
whole stand a cooler system.
but to be honest with you, I never heard of USB ports getting hot. So that lets you know the heat inside is
Yeah,
ridiculous.
that's the whole console running hot.
Yeah, that's the
Like that.
console.
Yeah, I was gonna say it could be like a heat problem inside
No,
the
that
console.
Because that
but
means
that's
the wiring of the USB was melting. Because that's really
well,
what
that's
caused
what
it.
Yeah, cause
that's what OG alluded to when he said the heat dissipation is that he was saying all that heat trying to get out of there, and it's a closed system in a sense, and all that heat is just blowing on it.
Where getting out where it
US
can.
right?
Any open ports.
I
And
swear it's
one
a
of them
bad
is a
design.
USB.
It's a bad design.
It's a cheap design and cheap parts.
Mm-hmm. Some people don't care about. I don't care what it looks like. Whatever. I do.
I care about how it
It's a
functions.
bad design.
I care about how that bad boy function. And design is part of it.
It's how they put the vents on there and all that.
All of it
fan
matters.
something. Trying to look like an alien.
Yeah, it matters.
And if you don't have it, like at least have an ability to get some air into it, like have some openings to where you could get some wind in there or something. But you definitely should have a decent amount of fans on it. But PlayStation, PlayStation always had the problem it sounding like a jet, so they was like, we're not gonna make this sound like a jet. We're gonna try
Well,
to
it
get this
sounds worse than
perfectly
a
cool.
jet.
Yeah, when it breaks stuff, yeah. I think you'd rather have it sounding like a jet.
I mean, I think my favorite design is the PS3 Slim. That's my favorite design.
For Sony stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this one is cool looking.
I like that
You say
design.
what?
I like that design. They should have went back to that.
You usually like slim models,
Yeah, I do.
and I don't blame you.
So that's a good topic, but We're gonna jump real quick to the an update with the longest merger that I would say in U.S. history, and that's that doggone Activision
It's
CMA.
going and going.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, I can hear you.
okay, the Activision CMA and what's transpiring there. I mean, they was supposed to have something this week, but I guess the CMA made some type of report and say they're entering phase 3. Did you guys hear about that?
Uh-uh.
And they published
Mm-mm.
their report as to why they're moving to phase 3. Can you hear me?
Yes, we're listening.
Hmm.
Yeah, we can hear
Yeah,
you.
yeah, we listening.
Yeah, so they're supposed to have something tomorrow, but they may have something. And the FTC filed another report to, I forget the right terminology, but the FTC filed another report to against the judge to something about they filed a whatever, what do we call that? My legal brain is not there right now, but they appealed it to the circuit court or the next level court with over the judge's decision, which boggles my mind. How many times does it take you to lose before you just give up and say, "Hey, I have no legal ground to keep pushing a case that is not violating anything, is not violating the what's that trust that the any antitrust acts?" But Lena Khan does appear to be one of the most stubborn leaders that's wasting taxpayer dollars. I was just, but none of you guys saw that, huh? Hmm.
I don't know.
You didn't see it, Double?
Yeah, I think I seen it. I seen it while browsing, but I don't think shouldn't the Biden administration tell her to drop it? You
Yeah,
lost.
yes, that's what I think they should do. But apparently, nobody won't listen. But she sure is wasting taxpayer dollars.
Hmm.
So that's supposed to be decided by the end of the month. We'll see if that's actually the case. Hopefully, hopefully we hear something tomorrow or next week because they open it up for questions for people to have um, opposition to the deal in the UK.
This is trash.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys, and we're going to jump to this story about cloud gaming with the PS5, and they're starting to run into streaming games at 4K. You guys heard about that?
Uh-uh.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You heard
yeah,
about it, OG?
yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Now everybody is, the sky is falling, the sky is falling for Microsoft because they don't push games streaming in 4K. And they're like, Sony got ahead of us. Sony is beta testing this. So, what are your thoughts on that? The sky is falling. Microsoft didn't. And Microsoft, here again, is an example of Microsoft leading the technology and then giving up because the rumor is Microsoft is giving up on cloud gaming because it's not growing as fast.
That's really hard to believe.
That's lies.
Okay, what are your thoughts, OG? So, first, give me your thoughts on the what do you think about Sony going 4K streaming? Because I think they're using Google technology.
Yeah, I think they went with Google technology, but they just going they're following Microsoft now, but Sony all the time was streaming from day one
Well,
with the
they're in
Joy-Con.
4K though, right? But they were not in 4K. Now it's 4K. Xbox is 720 or 1080. That's the issue. Everybody's saying, well, Microsoft is not doing 4K. Do you see
I
an
don't
issue
know,
with that?
man.
Put on your technical hat. and think about that, because I think a lot of people are missing the point, and it's always people saying doom and gloom. But think about that,
Where's the doom and gloom?
because
It's barely there.
mm,
We just getting started. We just getting started.
J.S. Gordon from Windows Central wrote an article. I kind of responded to that. Well, he was right in some ways, but it's not the doom and gloom that everyone wants to preach about. Did you see that article, Jazamoto?
Did not. Nope.
What about you, Serge?
Mm-mm.
Mega?
I researched it.
What are your
Not the
thoughts?
exact article you're talking about.
Okay, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts is, I mean, I guess you can say it's like a technical achievement that's going for 4K, but imagine like the high internet speeds you need for it, how much bandwidth it takes, and
There you go. Somebody did their homework.
yeah.
Exactly. That's what I was looking for. Because a lot of people,
Charges.
go
Yeah,
ahead,
that's
go ahead, go ahead,
yeah.
go ahead.
But yeah, data charges, the fact that like you said before, the fact that it's still in like beta testing, they're not really they're like I don't know why people are jumping to conclusions about this. It all matters in the execution, really.
Exactly. So a lot of people are doom and gloom, but here's the problems that Sony's going to face. First and foremost, it's not even I'm going to say a problem. Here's the issues they're going to face. You can beta test anything. Beta test, you can put maybe 500, and they're probably going the same route that Microsoft is going. I don't think they're doing virtual machines in high-end servers to replicate the PS5. But if they are, that's a way of looking at it. Or they're doing like Microsoft and actually putting the PS5s in the cloud to make sure they work correctly, right?
You
So if
do you
they
really think they're doing that?
who
You think they really doing that with them hot old consoles?
do you think they're doing it in virtual machines?
Most likely.
Okay.
Most likely.
Either way, server time is expensive. When you say, for instance, if you're in the cloud and you started like Azure or Google, you started buying server time, so you got to buy the CPU, you got to buy the hard. I mean, rent out the CPU. You got to do the CPU. You got to do the hard drive. You got to do the memory. So all that is you're renting on a clock basis from Amazon or Google in the cloud services. You got to break each component up in the cloud. And it sounds good, but when you start putting those monies to that, they don't own the cloud. So they have to still pay all that money for renting those services. And when you start expanding that in the worldwide basis, and Google is not all over the world, like Google is not as big in the cloud as worldwide as Microsoft and Amazon. Amazon's number one. Microsoft is probably 20% behind, maybe 10 to 15% behind them. But when you start factoring in, anybody can do a beta test. And Microsoft did a beta test in 2018 and 19. Remember they were beta testing?
It was
But
20, yeah, it was 2018.
but 2019 or 2018, 2019. But when you start actually trying to roll it out to the masses, and like Mega said, you can do 4K all you want. But that's what Google had its problems, remember? They were like, yeah, we can play a game, but it eats up our bandwidth at 4K. So you can talk about bragging points, but you can't talk about the realistic a lot of people have data caps. I don't have a data cap. on my internet service, thankfully. But a lot of people have data caps. And the second you go over what, one or two uh, T's,
$50.
That'll be
Yeah.
$50
$100.
every so X amount. It's like
exactly.
$50 every
$10
10 you
for
go over or something like that. What did you say? $10 up?
$10, yeah, for every
100
man,
gig, 100 gig.
100 gigs, yeah. Yeah. $10 for 100 gigs, yeah.
That's crazy. So you got to look at that for a lot of people. So I think that it was a bragging to say they're streaming in 4K, or you can do 1440p. I think it's 720, 1440, 1080p, 1440p, and 4K.
That's what Microsoft is doing.
No, that's what Sony is doing
Sony, oh,
in their 4K testing. But
okay, they testing, okay.
right, it's going to be so compressed when you plan it. I don't know if it's going to be all that fun, but we'll see what people were saying and how everyone was talking about it. Like, oh, it's doom and gloom. What I thought, and I know I read this before, but nobody else, I guess, read this. They said, well, kind of alluded to that since Microsoft is devoting a lot of time to chat GPT, they're putting a lot of resources there. Now, what I read many moons ago, and I can be corrected, but I was reading that every Xbox Series X they put in the cloud can be converted or run as a virtual machine. So when you want to use cloud services for other Microsoft products, when that is not being used, since it's 16 gigs, 16 gigs, and actually nice sized processors running at what, 2 point something gigahertz, or 3.2 or 3 point something gigahertz,
Three.
and 3 point, yeah, so they're running pretty fast. So I was like, okay, then it's not really that bad of an investment because they're dual services. So I don't understand how people were saying, well, Microsoft took people off the project. Well, you would always take people off projects in the cloud if you got the infrastructure where you need it. All you're doing is building it out from a standpoint of adding devices, taking away devices. Because you remember a couple of weeks ago, I'm the one who spoke on, then it came out, everyone else started talking about it the week after. Remember I was telling you it was taking me forever to log into
Diablo.
to the cloud. And I'm like, it's taking
Yeah.
forever to log into the cloud. And I'm like, well, I thought it was because of growth and with the people trying to log into, thinking about the merger that was going to happen. I don't know. But to me, I think it's something that is, I don't think, I think, I don't think they gave up on it because it's the way to go. And why would they not do it if Samsung is out here? We're going to talk about that later, but we'll talk about that. So that was my 2 points, a couple of points about it. I think it's much to do about nothing. I think Sony can beta test, but to come out with a complete rollout to compete with Microsoft, that's going to take extra research and development and money to give to Amazon, get to Google.
Explain the doom and gloom to me.
The doom and gloom is because they were saying, well, Microsoft is ready to give up on the cloud because it's not as profitable. And then my point was, does anyone even know about the cloud outside of pure gamers?
I don't think so.
Because
outside the business world, I don't think so.
No,
Certain
because-
sectors, yes, but
I
overall,
don't think
no.
so.
my nephew has Xbox. His birthday was last weekend, and they didn't know about Xbox cloud gaming. They knew about Xbox, but they didn't know about the
Mhm.
cloud gaming and the Game Pass.
Yeah.
Or how, and I had to tell them, hey, if we with Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, you can play on your Xbox, PC, and cloud. They're like, oh, really? Yes. So I don't think Microsoft, that's my whole point. Microsoft doesn't even advertise their services. And if they did, I think they would be overwhelmed. That's why I don't think they do it just yet. So I don't think that it has been an investment, because if Microsoft did a commercial and say, hey, we can save you your money in this day and age, you can cloud game, but the cloud game is not where it needs to be because of the latency issues. So it's not a real service to me. It's a complimentary service. It's not a dedicated service.
It's not something that they can advertise because they advertise it as something that they hold obligation to rather than it just being a bonus feature. That is
Yeah.
something nice to have.
Rather than something that fluctuates or the experience fluctuates.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that.
Because you get that little bit like, they ain't really advertising, they just working it out. I've said that. Like,
So speaking of cloud services, and we talked about this last week, and you guys see the Samsung Cloud TV that was marketing with Starfield.
I saw them talking about it, but I didn't see it.
And all the people went crazy talking about, oh, Xbox is going totally cloud gaming. They're getting rid of the Xbox. It's like, which one is it? First, it was doom and gloom about the cloud. Now
it's like, because they got a package for the TV. Yeah, that's nice.
Because we're doing stuff.
So,
I wonder how that look in real life. That Neo QLED. I want to know. See what. Probably the OLED, man. Which
man about Xbox?
They want to hate, but it's like, how can you hate with technological advancements? Like, stop being a hater and enjoy gaming. Stop it. Stop it.
Well, did you see the actual commercial look? Did you actually see the commercial marketing with Starfield?
I haven't seen the commercial.
Here it goes.
That's what I said. I saw the art.
Jazz is going to play it. So in essence, it just shows that you can play Starfield instead of on the Xbox. You can play it on the Samsung TV. But the point is, they did it specifically and marketed it with the Samsung. So go back to what I just said. Go back to what I said a couple of minutes ago. We were talking about doom and gloom for Xbox in the cloud. Why would they, if it was doom and gloom and they were going to have all these issues, why would Samsung go out and market their TV?
Partner with them and
right when Starfield. Exactly. So which one is it? You can't have both. And as a person who has the Samsung TV that can play, that I have played on it, is pretty smooth. I think I said this a couple of months ago. I played Fallout 4. And it was pretty smooth. One day it was just buttery smooth. I'm like, wow, this is hot. Then another day it wasn't. It was kind of glitchy. And there's nothing people can do about that. There's nothing you can do. It depends on the congestion of the networks around the country, or what your service provider is doing. What?
I think it's the game too. Like the smoothest running game I played on it was Monster Hunter. When I was shocked. I really was
actually
shocked. It was
I played Monster Hunter on it. I played Exoprimal, Fallout. I actually played what's that little game? I played a couple of games on it. It's pretty smooth. It's not bad, but when it glitches and it gets that, it's bad. But it depends on when you do it. It can be bad. So it's not like it's not based off of them. I think people think it's a direct connection between Microsoft and you, and it's not. You have to go through very disparate networks, and you don't know the latency it is. Like, if they had xCloud, a server in Chicago, and we were playing, and we all got on that Chicago server, and it was latency at 20 milliseconds or less, oh, we'd be great. Or if it was less than 30 milliseconds, oh, we'd be playing really good. But it's not going to be like that.
You got how many nodes is hitting, you know what I mean?
The nodes, right. That's why I said disparate networks. So you may have to go to another provider here, another provider there. You don't know who Microsoft goes to in their server. You don't know what data center they're located in, or who data center they may be renting out to put the cloud services there. So, and if they don't have a cloud service here, they're renting someone else's space out, and they're putting their thing, putting their servers or Xboxes there. So it's a big thing. So what did you guys think of that commercial when you saw it? OG.
I thought it was amazing.
Okay. You think you're gonna play it? You're gonna test and I think it's gonna play very well. I think it's gonna play good because it's a multiplayer game.
Yeah, I don't think I can download the app though on my Samsung.
Which one is your Samsung? Is it a 2020? It's what?
No, I think it's a 2015.
2015? Oh, it ain't happening.
2018.
No, that ain't happening. Don't worry about it. Don't even waste your time. It ain't happening. Because I think they just went to last year and they went back 1 year, and that's as far as they said they were going to go. Because of latency issues on TV as well. What are your thoughts, Jasmoto?
I think it's pretty cool. I'd like to check it out. It looks pretty sharp.
I think it's sharp. Well, I actually played it, so yeah.
Just like you know it's sharp.
Yeah, I know it is. So I'm speaking from experience. And sometimes you just want to play real quick, and you may not want to turn your console on and go through the rigmarole, and you just pick up the other controller and turn it on, hit the button, and you right there.
Turn the TV off and go.
Yeah.
That is handy when you think about it like that.
Yeah, it's very handy.
The in-between times, like
2 minutes real quick.
Well, you got the newer Samsung.
You say what?
I said you got the newer Samsung?
Yeah, I got the OLED.
Okay, yeah, the OLED.
Yeah,
I got that one and not the other one, or was that just the one that was available at the time?
No, because Samsung just went OLED last year, and I wanted the OLED. I don't like anything but OLED. I don't like Neo LED, whatever that fake OLED. It got to be OLED, the real stuff.
What do you mean fake? Is it like a upscale or something?
The LCD screen, it's not OLED. LED, I think if they do LED.
Samsung been doing. I got a QLED.
QLED, that's what it is. QLED, right? And they just started doing OLED, which is the only manufacturers of OLED is LG. They're the only ones that do manufacturers of the panels. People don't really know that, but Sony gets their panels from LG, and Samsung just started doing it this year.
Okay.
Yeah, look it up.
No.
But the only manufacturer. Say again.
So you had to download the app, or it was just there?
No, it was there.
Yeah, they said TV's gonna start shipping with it. It's like the default app for the TV. One of them.
It actually has a game center, and it has Luna. I never tried it. Utomik, UTOMIK. I'm looking at it now in GeForce now. I don't know who Utomik is.
I mean, because my TV do support a 5G, you know.
Oh, that's really nice.
So that's interesting.
But yeah, those are what's going on with that. But we'll see. I'm glad they started picking up advertising for Starfield.
They heard you.
Yeah, I guess they did. They heard everybody else too.
It's about time. But you know what? I think they was waiting really for Gamescom. They just blow it out.
Actually, the Gamescom, and that's why I hope we get a decision on that Activision thing because Microsoft's going to go all out with Gamescom and all that. Speaking of Activision, did any of you guys see the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3?
I saw you sent that, but I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's
Well, it's
getting a
it,
remake.
Well,
I
like
can
they
play
did
the
with 1 and
teaser.
2.
I'll play it.
yeah.
Or Black Ops and 2, rather.
Well, they say you can bring over your Modern Warfare 2.
What?
Yeah, something.
You
You can
got
bring
my
it over.
attention. Sorry. Ooh.
See when it turned into a cartoon after you said that.
What's the name of the app on your TV?
It's game.
Game.
It's the gaming center, and then it gives me all those apps. You get my point?
Okay.
I'm gonna text you a picture of it in a bit, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But it's a gaming center, Samsung Game Center.
Oh, okay.
But it's pretty cool. But Modern Warfare, but what I found, did anyone find something interesting about Modern Warfare when it came out? OG, did you see the?
No, I didn't see it.
What I found interesting because I never seen it, and guess you guys can correct me on this. I saw it advertised with the Xbox chat on the Xbox, and I thought Sony had marketing rights to it.
Mm.
And I saw it on the Xbox YouTube channel, so I found that to be interesting.
Interesting.
Do any of you guys have interest in it now?
I'll play it. I always play the Modern Warfares, but it's like I don't be gung ho about them, you know, because they always have server issues and stuff that goes on with them. But
Fun every now
They
and
have a
then.
lot of server. Do they? They have a lot of server issues.
Yeah,
because
getting
people be
kicked.
doing DDoS attacks and all that dumb stuff to it because it's a new game.
Oh, DOS attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they did do that for a minute on them.
Just like they did Diablo last week.
It's a Lizard Squad.
That's why I wasn't really playing it. I looked it up and they was like, we're suffering DDoS attack. Okay.
And then I'm glad I was out of town because I didn't experience any of that.
Yeah, it was like rubber banding and lagging and stuff. They got me playing other stuff. So it was about time anyway.
They was banning people last week.
Mm-hmm. Because people was doing stupid stuff because they didn't like how the game's being updated.
Mega, what are your thoughts on Call of Duty?
As for me, to me, I feel indifferent because Call of Duty's out of my pond. But
You don't like Call of Duty?
I say more so, I barely play Call of Duty. One day I should give it I should sit down and actually play a Call of Duty title and see if it strikes me fancy.
That'll work.
But yeah,
because the story in Call of Duty is really elaborate.
Mm-hmm.
The stories are good.
Yeah, the stories are good. The stories are good. They have a good. Well, one thing you can't criticize them for if their stories are movie-like, and it's like one chapter takes you right into the scene, and the next one is like a brief intermission. And if you play that game through, it's different. It's different. It keeps you engaged. Let's say that.
And I really like how the next chapter you'll be a different character. You're like, oh wait, I'm someone else.
Yeah,
in a different location.
Yeah, that's true.
With no hints.
So it's disorientated, but at the same time, it piques your exploratory interest.
Which would be which do you think is a good Call of Duty game for me to start off with? Because I'm interested in starting with the older titles.
I would say Modern Warfare 2, to be honest.
Yeah, the tan one, the one with the tan cover.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the green too.
Well, alrighty then. But yeah, that's all. So,
Jazz, what are your thoughts?
Um, I'll play it. Like I said, like everyone else was echoing. They are fun to play every now and then, especially story. Because I'm one of few people. Most people go straight to multiplayer. Whenever I get a Call of Duty game, I knock out the campaign first.
Yeah, you got to knock out the campaign first.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like so many other people too. At times, it depends
And another thing,
because
you
wait,
see new weapons and stuff, and like skins and maps and stuff. Like I don't want previews of stuff that I haven't experienced in the cinematic universe in my head. But that's just me.
yeah, I agree with you on that.
I still prefer my Ghost Recon.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
I never see you play Ghost Recon Double M.
Here
we go.
I spit hot fire.
Somebody just busted somebody out. But
For real. Hey, it's truth. I
yeah.
ain't never seen him. I ain't know he played that. I'm like, you played that?
Hey, he played when you sleep. That's why.
How do you even know? How do you know? You're in the West Wing.
He played like a
There you go.
That's what he do.
Okay, let's cover this quick story. I found it funny. We don't have a link for it, but it's about fanboyism. And Jazz, you can link it to Baldur's Gate 3, and we can do a brief discussion about Baldur's Gate 3 and what happened. So, as you guys well know, Baldur's Gate 3 launched. And it has launched to very good reviews. And I think we discussed this last week. I will say it now and I'll say it again. I am not, have not, and don't think I could be a dedicated or will ever be so interested in a turn-based RPG. But Baldur's Gate is off the chain, people are saying. But to me, it looks like it. But to me, every time I look at it, it's a big cutscene. They're saying I saw somebody said that the amount of video cutscenes equals to the entire season of Stranger Things or something like that. I may not be quoting that directly, but it's the entire season of a Netflix show or something. That would drive me crazy because I'm not that big on cutscenes.
Wow,
That would drive me. That takes you out of the game. I'm sorry, it just does. And if it's a big cutscene that doesn't like Call of Duty had a cutscene, or they'll have a cutscene, but that cutscene will run and then you are automatically thrust into it. Like, wait a minute.
Like you're part of it. Like man, I'm controlling it. Hold on.
That's a cutscene, but it doesn't last that long. And the cutscene is really just putting you in it. When you look at
insert little scenes during the fighting and stuff, so they don't. It's not like the whole cutscene. You run through the cutscene. You are in the cutscene.
So look at Baldur's Gate. You guys tell me because it just looks like a big cutscene, and I couldn't do it. That's my only sidebar.
It looks like your Vice game though, turn base.
Yeah, but going to that, the whole point is that they were going to compete against Starfield because they changed their release date because they were going to compete against Starfield. And everyone knows Starfield is going to be a juggernaut. And the whole big controversy, for lack of a better term, was that, hey, it's not going to release on the Xbox. Larian said, well, we're a small studio. Then they try to blame it on the Xbox Series S, saying, well, it takes time. Well, if you don't understand the architecture of the Xbox Series S, and you don't think you can develop for it, take your time and do it right. But I think they put that out as an issue, saying, hey, that's the problem we're going to do. I actually think they didn't want to compete with Starfield. That's why they put the game out early on PC and put it out on the PS5 the day Starfield. I mean, what day Starfield released on September 6th? Is that the day it
Yeah,
releases? Okay. Now,
yeah.
here's the funny thing because it's not releasing on the Xbox until next year sometime. I have no problem with it because then I guarantee you, whatever it is, all the kinks will be worked out. It'll run at a more stable frame rate than what it will run on the PS5. All the little kinks knocked out. But you had fanboyism come up, and somebody, I'm not going to name him because I told you guys who it was, but I'm not going to advertise somebody in the podcast. That it's funny that this is, the narrative now is that this is a PS5 exclusive and not coming to the Xbox, timed exclusive. And the funniest thing in the world happened. The developer or the president of Larian Games came out and posted on their guy's site and said, "No, it's not a PS5 exclusive." And they had a field day with this person, and he had to delete his post. Why is it that people have to take the liberty of saying or lying? Because actually, if you think about it, if that narrative would have ran, and I'm glad the developer thought about this and said, "No, I'm gonna correct you right now," because if that narrative ran, then that cost him potentially in game sales down the line. But people on the Xbox platform said, "Okay,
Believing
it's
the
a
lie.
PS exactly," and not buying it and said, "I don't want it."
Just not even looking at it.
And he can get sued for that because you up here lying on the product. So, what are your thoughts about that
Yeah.
scenario, OG? I thought it was hilarious.
Hilarious, Gary. It's hilarious.
Oh, I'm like, and this is what you get.
I mean, I just hate they trying to use this game against Starfield.
They being who?
You know,
But
fanboys.
hey,
I mean,
Yeah,
you gotta
because if
fill a
you have,
void. If just a void, fill it. Shoot, that's
I will
good
always say
business.
this. I always say this. Twitter be Twitter. Twitter's known for being toxic, especially in like geek culture landscape. Which is why I don't really take people like that seriously. But
well,
yeah,
I
Yeah,
saw
they
somebody.
trying to use this game against Starfield. The Metacritic score is at 97. 97.
I
yeah,
think
I
that's.
looked it up.
I
Like,
think that, and
really?
I think it's great, but I can. I couldn't. I'm just going to tell you
How
my
much of that
my
score is fluff?
prejudice. That if what
How
you
much
need.
of that score is fluff?
No, I would factor in this. Let me ask you this. Let me just say this another way. Not only is how much of it fluff, but how much is it actual gameplay?
It's not.
If right, that's my whole point. That game must be 300 hours long with all those cutscenes. Think about it.
It's a cuss
Uh,
and it's turn based.
Right, that's my
Oh
point.
God.
not everybody likes turn based, so it's not gonna sell. I think a lot more people like that
Mm,
Starfield type gameplay.
right now, they
Turn
said,
based.
"Oh, it had 800,000 concurrent players on Steam," but is that really that good? I mean, it's
And
good for.
For a game that
all these people's
age,
not
yeah.
gonna play it on PS5.
You say what?
There's not gonna play it on PS5 like
Well,
that.
they said it's number one on the list for being ordered, but that doesn't mean anything because there are
You
no
gonna
games
go
out.
you gonna go on, you gonna go on Twitter September 6th. You're gonna see people building their ships for Starfield.
Well, here's the thing about I can't. I mean, no disrespect. Again, I just can't play a role playing game. I can barely play a role. I'm not a role playing game. I'm staying corrected. I can't play
Turn
turn.
based.
That drives me crazy. There's no freedom. I mean, there's freedom, but
It's
I'm just
railroaded. Yeah, Universal Studios on the track, flying with ET. That's what. It's okay sometimes, but when you break that version of you flying with ET, which is quite simple.
What are your thoughts, Jazamoto?
Yeah, I just think it's craziness. I wouldn't be playing it because I don't get down with all turn-based games. So, kind of on the sideline.
What was that Gears turn-based game?
No,
Oh yeah,
Gears
Tactics.
Gears
Gears.
Tactics.
There's
Gears.
tactics.
And
Yeah,
I
it's a
tried to play.
tactical.
I played a bit
Tried
of it,
to.
I
and
got
I
you
was
the
I
like, you
got
know
first
what? I'm
got
done.
10
you the
minutes
first.
to the tutorial.
That mess
That
was
was
bait and
it.
switch. I ain't even know it was like that. I did not know that game was like that when I downloaded it, but I was like, oh, it's a Gears. Let me play it.
I couldn't do it. I did exactly what Surge
Tried
did. I
so
did
hard. I tried so hard.
the.
Yeah, 'cause
I
it's fun
mean,
to
I have
watch.
no problem with it. People who like those type of games. It's just not me. I can't do it.
Fun to watch. I find myself watching people play those games.
Mhm.
I can watch people play it, but I can't play it.
Nope, I'll get bored playing it. It's much more fun to watch.
True, true. Because go and download. I mean, do a search for people playing Baldur's Gate 3, and within 5 minutes, I guarantee you're running into a cutscene.
And
One
I'm
thing I've
tired of
been
these
seeing
people.
is people talking about having sex with monsters.
I ain't got. Don't bring that up.
Oh,
Don't bring that up. I can't talk about that.
I'm tired of these
That's all
people
I
thinking that every game is for everybody.
It's not.
And if it's not, we
No.
gonna make it
It's
so
not.
everybody can play it.
Right.
Stop it.
Yeah, it's fluff. It's fluff. That's all it is.
Yep. Hence
Mhm.
variety.
Mega, what are your thoughts?
About which exactly here?
And what do you thought about the fanboyism, and what did you think about the turn-based part of it?
First of all, I think that Twitter thing was really funny.
Oh, it was hilarious. You're right.
As for the game itself, it's like I don't know. It doesn't really. I don't know. Based on looking on it, it doesn't capture me. And keep in mind, this is coming from a person that does like turn-based games.
Right.
And I guess it's the style. It looks like every like medieval European setting type of game.
Not to cut y'all off. I'm sorry. I was watching I have the TV playing in the background, and I was looking at the game, and I think they're in Frankfurt, Germany. When I was in Germany, I'm like, oh, I was there. But anyway, I digress. Go ahead.
I just dorked out a moment.
Yeah,
So.
I knew exactly. I'm like, that looks familiar. I was where they were.
I seen it.
Yeah, I see.
I was there. That's me.
Oh boy, but that's
Man,
interesting.
But yeah, I was about to say, the setting of the game doesn't interest me because I don't know. I find like I guess realistic looking medieval European setting RPG type games kind of like, boring and they're done that. Then also I have enough games on my plate, so yeah.
You're gonna be 50 before you finish your plate, but we're gonna go on because you still playing Zelda. You've been playing Zelda.
saying I won't stop.
Hey, stop it. I would hate to see you play Diablo. You probably
Ooh,
don't.
Oh man. Ooh, he'll be playing that for a
Diablo
long
would
time.
definitely get me hooked since like because it seems like another game that has a lot of side stuff.
Hmm. Okay. Um. So let's get to this last topic. And what did you guys think about the game that everybody loves from the developer everyone loves? Red Dead Redemption being
Oh my
ported
goodness.
to PS4 and Switch. But it's not coming to Xbox for a
Ported.
reason.
I think that
And
that's
they're trying to
crazy.
sell it for $50.
I think that's crazy. I understand for the Switch because Red Dead ain't never been on any Nintendo product. I give them that.
Hey, I may
I
buy it for the
slide
Switch.
on that. I slide on that
Now
because it
I
hasn't been
agree
on their
with you.
product.
I agree with you for $50 for the Switch because it's never been on the Switch. So that's good.
But the
And I haven't
PlayStation, totally different
Red Dead.
story.
Well, did Red Dead wasn't on the PlayStation? It was just on the
Mhm,
Xbox. No,
mhm.
it wasn't.
Yeah, well, Red Dead Redemption was on the PlayStation.
Red Dead
Yeah,
2.
what's now on like
No, Red Dead
PS3 and
Redemption was on the PlayStation. It was on like
It was on PlayStation 3.
3. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
PlayStation 3. Yeah.
But
Right,
that's
but
just
right,
and they had it digital,
right.
but they ain't
But
had never
see,
had it. But you had to. They don't keep their game library up where you can
but
just
guess what? But through the magic of Xbox
yeah. That's what
backwards
yeah.
compatibility,
They don't
you
have
can
that.
play. You can play it. It's already upscaled. It's just
And
not in
you
60
know
frames per
what?
second.
I think Xbox took it another level because I don't have it digital, but I can download it digital. I have it on disc. Why can I download it digitally?
Yep, I checked before the podcast. I got them all.
I never bought that game digitally, but I can download it.
Somebody told me it was on Game Pass. I mean, not Game Pass, X Gold. But I went in that Gold library yesterday. I'm
Hmm.
like, it was never on Gold. Somebody said it was on Gold, but I don't think it
I
was.
think if you had put the game in it to detect it that you had it or something that it allows you to download it. I don't know, but I've never
I
had this
think
game.
I thought I bought that game. I have
I
to
bought
look.
it digitally.
I mean, like I've had it. I have the
No, I
game on
think
my
I bought the.
shelf right now, but I never bought it digital. Like I
Oh,
have
I
it on
thought
my
I
shelf
no, I thought I bought the actual physical. I'm gonna have to look for it.
because I bought the Undead Nightmare version.
I think I got the old one. I don't have the upgraded one. Remember they did an upgrade one.
I think I got the 360.
Yeah, that's it. The
That's what I
360
think.
one.
Yeah,
That's
the
the one that's
360.
PC. Yeah, that's the one we're talking about.
Yeah, I think I got the 360.
It's backwards compatible with the 360 version, right?
Yeah,
Correct.
On
and
oh,
check this out. If you buy the ports, there's no online. But the backwards compatible one still has online.
Yep, that's very true. So do you think that's
wow.
robbing the consumer? Double, do you think that's robbing the consumer?
No, because if I'm not mistaken, you get the expansion pack with it too.
No, you don't.
Nightmare.
No, you don't.
No, you just get the game. No, just get the game.
You sure that's not a pack in?
Look at
Are you
it.
sure?
I don't think so.
No, they're
Let me
gonna probably
see.
give you DLC later to buy.
When you're dealing with Rockstar, and when do they give you breaks?
You said when do they give you breaks?
hmm
Literally.
Remember, they
Okay.
released a trilogy of Grand Theft Auto that was made for cell phones, and they put it on consoles.
Okay. This says Take-Two is on the inclusion of Undead Nightmare, a Red Dead Redemption expansion in the port, as a rationale for the higher price.
Oh, okay, so they are doing that. I stand corrected.
Okay, that's good.
I didn't
That's
think that was
all. Well,
coming.
that's all gravy. But you still can't play online. So, ha.
I don't care
Right.
what they add to it.
Well, I mean, not that there's much
Yeah.
online, but still, that's just
Yeah, there is.
compared.
Red Dead was
Yeah,
fun online.
yeah, but I just
The team deathmatch and all that. That's fun.
yeah. I have to stop
Not
thinking
to
about the
mention the
modern one. I'm thinking of the modern one.
yeah, not to mention the horde. Like when you capturing the horde levels,
The
teaming up and
undead.
taking all the forts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I was getting into that game. I wonder why I stopped playing it.
I
I got my
reinstalled
mouse
it.
and everything.
It looks like a game you would beat, Abraham. You haven't beaten it?
Nope.
Played the mess out of Red
It's
Dead when
like
it
something
came out.
came up. Because I know we own it. We definitely own it.
I'm gonna look for Red Dead. I know I got a Red Dead too, so I know that. That I
Yeah.
guarantee you, they gonna bring that out too and try to upgrade it.
I definitely buy it on the Switch though. I wouldn't mind playing it there.
Heck yeah, I would get it on Switch. I would, but I would be irritated about the online. But being John Marston,
Mr. Marston.
Mr. Marston.
We'll see how that comes out because I think that comes out next week or the week after. OG.
August 17th. Is that what I seen?
Yeah,
Yes.
next
The digital
Thursday.
version is August
Yes.
17th, but the physical release is October
Nintendo
13th.
Switch
October.
started- Yeah, August 17th with a physical release. October 13th. Yeah.
It may do well on the Switch.
Yeah.
I think so too. And I may get into it on the Switch also.
That's what I'm saying. I can see it on the Switch, but that PlayStation, no. Y'all need to work on y'all BC capability. It's like, we don't want it. You have to buy it 6 times.
I guess the
They
upside
will.
for I was supposed to say the upside I say the upside on is that they re-released a game on like newer consoles, so that's easily accessible, you know,
They release what on
like a
newer console?
preservation type of thing. But yeah, that's all I can say.
Okay. Does anyone else have any more? Because that's all our topics tonight, people.
I have one more addition. Let me pull it up. Keith David replacing Lance Reddick.
Oh
As
yeah,
Zavala.
yes.
And they are not touching anything that Lance Reddick did, so there won't be any editing. It's just here on out, it's gonna be Keith David.
Nice.
So.
I like Keith David.
Excellent pick.
Very true. Keith David. You say what?
Baldur Gate 3 has overtaken Zelda King Critic review game.
Yeah, it did because I think Zelda is 9.2, 92 or 9.2, and I think they just want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't ever think a turn-based game can win.
Who been checking for BG1 and B?
Dude, you breaking up.
And it's just can't nowhere, right?
Mark's a robot.
Whatever. Well,
go ahead. I'm proud he's still working because he had 2 jobs. Now he got more jobs because Keith David is a prominent. He's in many roles, like I said, Halo, and a couple of other ones. And he was in Riddick. Y'all remember that? The movie?
Yeah.
Pitch Black, not Riddick, but he was in Pitch Black. Actually, I was on TV today too. Funny.
He's been in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Gargoyles.
He's a black all-star.
Right with Cree Summer. You breaking up bad, OG.
Yes, you sure are.
Mr. Roboto.
The aliens got him. Oh, there he is.
1980 thing. I think that's what he said.
Yeah.
Well, those are our topics, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have anything else. So let's get our outros going on. So let's start with Lady Jazzamoto.
I am gonna be here every Thursday with everybody else. Twitch been picking up a bit more. These new kittens have been keeping me preoccupied.
Yeah, I understand.
But yeah. Twitter. Oh wait, sorry. X, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitch, and Kick all Jazzymoto. So check me out, y'all.
Okay. Mega, where can we find you?
The name's Megalixir. You'll find me every Thursday at 7:00 p.m. Central, right here on the Gamers DMZ podcast. And for now, I'ma just chill, be myself. Oh, and also scholarships. Gotta focus on my future.
Okay. OG,
What you say? So you can get out of my house, huh?
count what?
I heard what he said.
I'm
No.
sorry, what did he say?
What did he say?
Go ahead.
Listen,
I ain't saying it.
it was something personal. You know, you can find me here Thursday with the rest of the crew, and you can also find me on Twitter X, fighting with the fanboys, OGWM. You can also visit us All Things Geeky, Facebook All Things Geeky. We have a Facebook group. Come check us out. That's about it.
Okay. Surge.
Well, you can find me on the Surge Gaming on the Facebook. Twitch, I'm Sir Rich, as well as Twitter. You can find me at Sir_Rich, Twitter X, as they have been calling it since they have changed their name, X. And you can find me here every Thursday as well.
Okay. You can find me here. You can find me Xbox, PlayStation. I ain't been on my PlayStation in 2 weeks. I'll sign them tomorrow. I play.
You better play it. You better turn it on. It's gonna break on you.
I know, right?
Turn it on.
I know. I got to turn it on. Collect dust, microscopic, because I ain't letting no other dust. But that's where you can find me, and that's about it. Thanks everyone for joining. Thank you, cast and crew, and thank you all for joining and listening, patience with us. And Serge, it's your turn to take us out.
All right, y'all. Everybody, come with me and say holla, holla.
Holla, holla, holla.
Holla,
Holla.
holla,
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 holla, holla,
holla,
holla,
holla,
holla,
holla,
holla.
Let me have it. Let me have it. Holla, 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 holla at you. Holla at you, baby. Holla at you. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, 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 holla at you. 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 Holla, 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 holla. Holla at you. At you. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, 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 holla at you. Holla at you, baby. Holla at you. Holla, 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 holla. Holla, 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 holla at you. 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 Holla at you.